A Court of Fairies and Fiction. Akafaf Girls Podcast. Hosts Mel Liv and Aka. A bookish theory and discussion podcast for the Akatar, Crescent City, and Tug series, as well as other romantasy books. Season 3, Episode 7, Potpourri and Predicaments.
Hello, everybody. We are back. First and foremost, I think we should do a PSA for all of Sarah's small businesses. Because if you guys don't know, I'm sure everybody will know by the time this episode is out, but if you didn't know, Sarah signed an exclusive licensing deal with IMG, which is a $3.2 billion company that mass produces merchandise for big brands, and puts it into retailers and stuff like that. As you know, her current licensing agency, Writer's House, has given me and other small merch businesses that sell Sarah J. Maas merch contracts, licenses to be able to sell her merch, and she makes a 25% commission every quarter. Now, since she signed with IMG, they are not renewing the small business licenses because they want all of the products that are sold to be through them exclusively as official merch. So they are not renewing a ton of small businesses licenses. Now, this is very upsetting. I mean, not just for me, but I'm upset for the people who make a lot of money doing this, who make most of their income doing this, or even a huge chunk of side money doing this. Because as much as people are like, oh, turn to indie authors and turn to other authors that need more, attention and stuff like that. It sounds easy when you say it like that. But the sales from the big popular authors usually funds the designs and merch of the smaller authors that we put out because the fandoms are not as big. So the most popular authors will obviously sell the most. This is upsetting, obviously. I've just been kind of, I don't know, thinking about it, ruminating in it. I was really angry at first, and now I think I'm just upset.
I was angry, like at first, once I had looked into it, then I got angry, and then now I'm just confused because like she's going on a lot of vacations, and it's like, well, ma'am, thank you for thanking us for your vacation. Now you're at the top, so now you're just
I mean, I think we knew that it was starting to get really weird when she stopped celebrating her milestones.
Yeah, that was weird. And everybody was shook.
Like,
Everybody
even
was
the
shook.
first anniversary of Hofast, nothing. The 10th anniversary of Akatar, nothing.
That was huge. You would have expected something. And I think, okay, this is hypothetical. This is just personal opinion. I'm not stating this as fact. So just
PSA.
PSA, not fact, just simply opinion. So, do you remember when Bloomsbury allegedly kind of had this really weird vibe to them in terms of Sarah? Like they were kind of expecting her to do something or say something, allegedly. And it was just like, so it wasn't just the fans, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everybody.
Which is odd because usually publishers have like a huge say in the things that happen. And, whether this is because there's, an NDA or who knows. I mean, we don't even know if the publishers have anything to do with the IMG deal. We don't know if they even knew that she was going to sign with IMG. You would think that they would, but they're not really connected, so
at first, I thought two things. One, I thought the reason why she signed her stuff was because my personal opinion is that she's moving out of the States and moving to British Columbia, Canada.
Maybe.
Because of right now in the US, it's a little
Well, we
we
know
won't
her
go
opinion on it. But
right.
yeah.
So it's a little dicey
Yeah.
here right now. So, I would have understood if like she moved to British Columbia and that's why she had to change her licensing agreement. That made sense
Which
to
is
me.
so weird because she's like California and then back to New York and then she stayed in
Well,
Miami for months and I was like, what is happening?
she was also in Hawaii,
Ireland. Like,
Ireland. She was hopping all over the place. And it's just like,
what is happening?
okay.
Yeah.
But now, like when I saw the licensure,
Yeah.
I did not it didn't click in my head.
Yeah.
What would this mean for small businesses? What would this mean for businesses such as yours, Mel? Like,
Well, we
what does
were
this mean for
worried,
you?
but the thing is, I think we all just thought, oh, they're going to renew it anyways. Because if you think about it, the only, like, having us on is only a plus. It's not going to take away anything. It would
No.
only give her a little more money. So I
Yeah.
don't understand the decision. I don't understand if, IMG was just that kind of shitty to people where they're like, oh, we need to mass produce this and we don't want overlapping products because somebody said that they told them that they don't want overlapping products. So, like, if they sell candles, they don't want anybody else to sell candles. Like, it's
So they
so
want to
weird.
monopolize it.
Yes, yeah.
They want a
They want to
monopoly on
monopolize.
it.
Yeah, they do. So that's why they're not renewing the small businesses. But I was like, I don't understand. What I don't understand personally is how Sarah could see that as a positive, that she wouldn't want the extra money from small businesses. And if she by chance didn't understand that clause, she's big enough where she should have a hotshot lawyer to be looking over this shit with her.
There's also another factor, and I consider this, and this is what I put in my Tumblr post. Yeah, I still use Tumblr. But okay, so the deal with the ship wars, right? Is, I kind of considered this as a different way of looking at it. With the way the ship wars are right now, as they are right now.
Which is her fault.
Yes and no.
Yes, she could have literally just said, even in Hofast, oh, Lucian and Elaine are off here. Or Asriel is dating Elaine. Something. Something. She
That's why I say yes and no, because we also as fans we overthink and then we make a thing into a bigger thing, and it's both sides.
Yeah.
My personal thought is just it's both sides, and communication was not there and it really
But
needed
again,
to
we
be.
wouldn't overthink if she put an end to it. If she just
Well,
said, look, this is who the next fucking book is about, period.
right,
That's all. That's
right,
literally all. Like she
right,
did with Cassian and Nesta. This is what
right.
Akasif is about, period.
Mel, but here's the other thing too. If it is about the ship wars, and instead of coming out and directly addressing it, instead of like what she's been doing, like what we have been seeing with Bryce and Hunt, where she just gives a look and we're supposed to be like, oh, okay, that
Yeah,
was
if
a
they
weird
survive
question.
Yeah.
Okay, so not everyone in the fandom is neurotypical. Some of us are a little bit on the spicy side.
Yeah.
I personally identify with Paprika as far as neuro. Anyway, I gotta have some spice. Anyway, so
Icy and spicy. And a little bit
spicy
of
and
salt.
spicy, a little bit of salt. So like
I don't know. I
a
feel
facial expression here. No, be direct. Say no. These two are
I
supposed to be
know.
together. This is
Yeah.
canon. Go over here and
Yeah.
say no. These two are meant to be
Yeah.
together. This is canon. Don't expect me to beat
Yeah.
around the bush and read
Yeah.
between the lines, because
Yeah.
this is me reading between the lines. Guess what's in the middle?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where
I
my brain
do
goes.
understand though how like even when she says something, the fandom's like, "Oh, she lies in interviews all the time." So they're still not gonna believe her. Like
That's
she
what I'm
was like, "Oh,
saying.
yes, Hunt and Bryce are endgame if they survive CC3." We still have fucking Bryce Real shippers.
That's what I mean.
What?
That's why I mean that it's both sides. It's
Yeah.
not just Sarah. It's not
Yeah.
just the fandom. It's
Yeah.
both.
It's both.
It's
And
both.
there's more people now on the Bryce Reel ship
It's
as time
so
goes on, and there's
ridiculous.
more Bryce Reel art as time goes on. Yeah.
I mean,
I
I'm
can't
not
wait for
even.
them to get their hearts crushed.
I
They're
mean,
so fucking ridiculous.
look.
If she came out and openly told me, look, Nessian is 100% endgame, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
It's from the
But
author's mouth.
but
But
what if she's
here's
like, but I did tell you guys. Oh, go ahead, Eka.
well, she did tell us that, right? Faysan, sorry.
She said
Faysan.
Fazan was endgame.
Faysan was a, but that was it.
Fazan and Hunt and Bryce, and that was it.
Yeah,
Those
that was
two.
it. Other than those two. So,
Someone
because
said that it might also be that she had a vague idea for the series. It blew up more than she thought. She did the crossover, and now she has multiple versions of where the story could go, and
that
she
makes
isn't
sense.
sure which way she wants to go. And they also said, like, obviously she isn't really on social media or anything. So
She used to be.
exactly. So they're
She's
like,
been
maybe
ghosting
she's
us.
struggling because she saw, again, the fucking fandom. She saw the backlash, or she was told of the backlash with CC3 through Bloomsbury. And so she wants to not just kind of temper the fandom, but maybe just tweak what she had already written. I find it very, very, very difficult to believe that Hofast came out 2 years ago and she only finished the first draft. Like, is that weird to you guys?
No.
I,
She's got two young kids under the age of 10.
But you have to remember back in 2017. So this was when she was already planning the crossover. This is when she was writing uh Akawar and House of Earth and Blood. She literally said that, Nesta and Elaine's book were like side fanfics for her, and she had so much fun writing the fanfics of them, whatever, which was later pitched to her editor, etc. So she's actively been writing Elaine's book since 2017.
Okay, I see where you're going.
2023,
Yeah.
September, she told us, I almost missed Taryn's bake sale because this book is my best friend, and I hold myself up in my writing den just writing this book. So it's now almost end of 2025. So almost 2.5 years later from that, I don't understand. How are we only getting a first draft if you started talking about this in 2017 and then it was your best friend 2.5 years ago?
Not being satisfied with it, constantly
yeah,
rewriting.
yeah. I agree with Eka. I
I
think
think it's
she's
the
changed
pressure
things
from the
around.
crossover.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
it might
And
be the
again,
pressure from the crossover.
and the stuff that she scrapped from the crossovers original draft, she has to make up for in the Akatar book because
And
it
I
was supposed to
don't.
be 50-50 Akatar. So she has to do this whole romance arc and everything she scrapped from the original draft of
Well, the thing
Hopefast.
is, I don't think she keeps those scraps. I think she deletes them. She puts them in the delete file, and she doesn't pick it up ever again.
I don't know.
I agree.
I feel like it would be really foolish if she didn't at least keep them on a thumb drive somewhere, just in case.
Not every writer is like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like that. You are like that, but
I
not
mean,
everyone else is.
Bloomsbury probably has it though, because it was already in the editing stages when she scrapped it.
It depends.
She's
Was
like,
that-
"Oh, I pulled it from editing and told them I wanted to rewrite it." And I was
Did
like,
she change editors?
She did after Akawar, I think.
Mm-hmm.
She changed editors after Akawar.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That's why she had that interview where they were like, "Oh, is your original plan for the next 3 books the same?" And she's like, "Yeah, they're the same books that I pitched to my other editors." So I was like, But again, if you only have 3 books left and you're focusing on the romance arcs, where are you putting whole this other plot that you built up in a crossover and built up through the last 5 books that have nothing to do with romance. There's a whole fucking war on the horizon. The humans are left unprotected. Tamlin's in a depression. The treaty isn't being signed by the continent. You have
More isn't
shit
getting
under
anything
the
done.
mountains that people haven't discovered yet. Asteri under the mountains, first light cores. You have, the Illyrians revolting. Where are you shoving all of this in 3 books?
Wait a minute. There's also the case of taxes, because Moore is not from Valahan, yet she has bought a property there. So property tax, and then the tax for the actual mansion or whatever, plus the horses. So if she's supposed to sign a treaty in another country, yet she has her ferry visa or whatever over there, how the hell is she paying taxes?
I guess JM is thinking of her paying taxes. I think she just bought it straight out. And then, I don't know.
You gotta pay a tithe or something.
Oh, that's geez, you hit the nail on the head. That's a huge
Tithe.
source of contention.
Yep.
Like, you gotta pay the
everybody.
tithe. How are you not gonna pay the tithe and not get shit done?
Yeah. And it's been 2 years now. She hasn't gotten them to sign the treaty. It's just
But also-
so wild. I just don't know where she's going to shove all this in 3 books.
But also, like, in a way, if Moore was to buy a property in the place where she's trying to buy a treaty, is she trying to make herself a dual citizen in Valahan so that it gives her more leverage to get the treaty signed?
Oh.
Well, she knows the king and queen pretty damn well if she went right the fuck up to them and was like, sign the treaty. Like,
I
they
mean, for
let her
someone
in.
drop dead gorgeous, you would think that she would just seduce the queen and that would be it. I mean, this woman is supposed to be dripping with sapphic energy. Just blow the queen already, get the queen to blow the guy, and then boom, treaty. You did it with Helion.
You're a natural courtesan. You just, right? Is that what it's called? We don't need anyone. We don't even need Lucian. We're just gonna send Eka because she knows how to get shit done.
I'll be your Desta. I'll be your Lucian. Oh my god.
We don't need to negotiate. We're gonna send Eka because she'll get it done for us.
Oh my god.
Yes, just
tell me though. Tell me though, unless these books are like 2,000 pages, how?
Because Kingdom of Ash was exactly 1,000 pages.
She did say it was going to be really big. This next book, did she call it like chunky or what was the term she said?
Very long.
Very long.
Chunky.
Very chunky.
Yeah.
I hope all of them are.
I do too. But also, I wonder if
I don't want to pay shipping.
No, that would suck. But there's going to be like 3 different versions, more than 3 of this book, the special edition with all these extra bonus chapters too.
We're all going to fucking fall for it.
That's what I was saying on Tumblr too, is you're going to take away the business of all these small businesses who are relying on this for income. And then you're still going to put out this large ass book that probably has like 10% shipping. Chapters. With 5 different bonus chapters from each individual like bookshop that is probably going to get pirated and be put onto Tumblr anyway. Because the economy here in the States is shit. And you just took away their livelihood. So between paying rent and paying for eggs and gas, yeah, I'm totally gonna pay like 10% on shipping for this big ass book that's probably as big as my head.
Yeah. Unless she's using it as a bargaining chip to get contracts for more books for ACOTAR. Maybe she's writing things out, but she's like,
I hope there's more books, but I just hope we don't have to wait fucking 5-6 years in between all of them. We're gonna be fucking 80 by the time the series is over.
I'm okay waiting as long as it's freaking good. Like,
Yeah.
I will wait for the good shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
pretty patient.
I think it just confuses me because like we've seen the quality of, and I'm not even a huge Throne of Glass fan, but we've seen the quality of Throne of Glass. We've seen the quality of Crescent City. And it's just like, I don't understand ACOTAR. Like, you have all these random loose threads and,
Yep.
retcons and miscommunications and secrets that are going to have to like change the entire narrative. And it just feels messy compared to the other two. I mean, you could just say, oh, it's the crossover because all the bloodlines interconnect. Okay, but they did for Crescent City too, and it wasn't messy. I just don't
Some
understand the
people,
huge
There was
long
a
game with
cross.
only ACOTAR, where, oh,
There
you
was a
can't know this from
crossover.
book one until, book eight. It's weird.
There was a crossover of Tog into ACOTAR, and it wasn't nearly as messy. Well, ACOTAR and CC, but it
Yeah.
wasn't
yeah,
nearly as messy.
yeah.
She was a comet who looked dead ass at Rhysand. Rhysand dead ass looked
And
at
we
her.
still don't know
Feyre's like,
why,
la 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 la
because it was
la
I know.
supposed to be in the first draft. Oh,
I
we're
know.
all
Feyre
gonna
is
find
just
out
like
why.
Feyre is
Why?
Farrah is just like a little space cadet squirrel, like la la la, I'm pregnant, la 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 la. And Rhysand is just like, I see you, go home.
That was supposed to be explained too.
Like
Oh,
he gave her a celestial Uber and sent her home.
I love that. Oh my god.
Here, go
Oh,
defeat my ancestor. Hello, everybody. We are back. We took some long vacations, me and Eka. And actually, Olivia also went to California, but it was a week before me and Eka went to our respective locations. So we haven't filmed in a while. It's been a while. I missed you guys.
I miss you.
missed you guys.
Um, but yeah, I have been back for about a week. Sadness. Back to the swing of things, work and all that. And it was actually a lot harder for me than I thought it was going to be getting back into the swing of social media. Because I'm always on social media, right? But on the boat, the Wi-Fi was so fucking bad. Like I couldn't really check things. And the first couple days I was like, God damn it. Like I was a little annoyed. And then I was like, you know what? Who cares? It is what it is. Who cares? I'm on a trip, gonna enjoy myself. I don't really need the stress of people on Instagram right now anyway. It is what it is. So I got back and it was weird because one of my first thoughts was like, oh, I have to check my Instagram.
Oh.
Which, because I knew, like, I periodically, when there was Wi-Fi, I had been checking it and there was just like negativity and shit like that. Like, you know. Um, After the Taylor Swift announcement, TS12, I was so excited about that. I was online for that. I was so happy I was online for that. But then you immediately get the people being like, that's too inappropriate for the people who listen to her music, and she's basically naked on her cover, and that's not a. We're like, she's a 35-year-old fucking woman. She's not catering to children. If you're letting your child listen to the music of a 35-year-old grown woman, you need to know what that entails.
Mm-hmm.
That's a parenting problem, not a Taylor Swift problem. She can
Hmm.
live and put out whatever the fuck she wants.
Same with Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah. They have a collab on the new album. I'm so excited. Um, but yeah, it was just negativity and all that, and then I was getting more fucking awful comments on my own shit, and it was just like so getting back into the swing of it was actually kind of annoying. Like I know I have to, but I haven't actually been putting out as much content as I usually do. Like my reels have dwindled. Because at this point, I'm like,
Well,
we're all waiting for ACOTAR 6. It's like you can only do so many theories. Yes, if I think of one, I'm going to put one out, but I'm not gonna like try to I guess, be over the top with it. Like for last night, I was talking about the Tarquin scene, which we always talk about, the Tarquin scene with Farah. And, I posted that or whatever, and people were talking about it on Threads. And then I was going back kind of over just like reels that I've done in the past and stuff. And I found that interview where I took the screenshot of the first page and sent it to you last night of her 2015 interview. Because I was like, this haunts me to this day. And so I took a screenshot of it and I'm like, I need to go back and like really try to look for this in the books at some point. Not immediately, but at some point. But I took a few screenshots and there were a couple things where I was like, oh, I could make like a theory board on this, or I could do this and this and this, but I'm not gonna like rush to do it anymore. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
usually I'd be like, I have to do it right this second. I have to drop everything and do it right this second. Because I found that a lot of people that want to look at your content, they'll find it whenever you post it.
Mm-hmm.
Or with the new repost button, like people can, see it later on anyway. So there was that. But I put my own reasoning for that screenshot on my post, and I was wondering what you guys thought, and I'm going to read it to the class so that we know what we're talking about here. This was a May 18th, 2015 interview that she did after ACOTAR came out. And keep in mind that Sarah said that she always kind of knew after she published, at least, that she always kind of knew where Reese's arc would take him, or at least him and Farah. So keep that in mind. And this says, with Reese, his magic is very black and white. And then she says, which I love this line, and I can't believe that I've never referenced this in an argument before. Some people might see it as very evil, but Reese does something that others might see as merciful, which I think that's the under the mountain thing. So Reese, she says he. So he sees himself as more of a gray character. Reese himself sees himself as a gray character. That does not mean we have to. Because she even said some people might see it as very evil. But Reese sees himself as a gray character, right? And then she says, which jarred me even more than that, which I think got you too.
Yeah.
People in the world judge according to what your magic is. So with Tamlin, they think that shapeshifting must be good, ... But maybe in later books, you might find out some of the truth behind it. What the fuck? What the fuck? And then she says, but also the magic is tied to the land and the people who run it. I have to have certain rules of what they can and can't do. Weird because almost everybody has wind power, but okay. And the High Lords have their own class. They have their own limitations and elements to their power, so the High Lords can all shapeshift into these beasts. See? But she's talking about his raw shifting, Tamlin's raw shifting. And then she says, when I discovered Reese's form, it was one of my favorite scenes. This is an ACOTAR interview. So when his talons and his shadowy wings are coming out, you can't tell me that she didn't know immediately she was going to make him a Valg. What do you guys think about all of these?
Yes to Reese being Valg. 150%. Reese is Valg.
We had so much fun with Maeve and the Valg and Tog.
And he has the violet eyes, which Maeve has. We have said it. Other people have said it. We're kind of at this point as a fandom, maybe about 68% on board with the idea that Reese is Valg.
There's always going to be those people that will just deny. He's perfect. He can do no wrong. He's amazing. He's couple goals. Like, be fucking for real. Not even Sarah sees him that way. You can adore and love and have a favorite character,
Yeah.
but that character can also be a villain. They're not mutually exclusive.
Right.
And it's okay if people like Reese, as long as they know what he's doing.
Yeah.
That's
It's
fine.
like, just be aware. Like, just like I don't understand the people that are like blanketed, wool over their eyes, do not care, think he's perfect. It's like you need to look at the individual actions within the context. And I said this in my recent reel that I did when I came back. You have to look at not only the actions, but the context that they are written in, or you don't have the full story.
Like, you can like Reese, and like liking Reese can be a safe way to explore
Yeah.
him as a character
Mm-hmm.
and him as a, gray character, which he sees himself as. It's a safe place to do so. That is totally fine. That is okay. But yeah, just, be aware that, would you really want that to happen to you in real life?
Because
No.
art imitates life and life imitates art, and you have these people that like the media that you consume can change your brain chemistry after prolonged periods. And I feel like there's a lot of people in this fandom, especially the younger people in this fandom, like the teenagers in this fandom and the younger 20s in this fandom, that just they go with that mob mentality where like, oh, it's fine because it's fiction. But then it's not fine because then you know,
Idolizing.
you're least likely to be able to recognize it in real life when you are so, brainwashed by it in media over and over and over saying that it's okay. And
And the
this is
thing is, so is Farah. Farah is still a
exactly.
20-something,
Mm-hmm.
and she is brainwashed.
Yeah.
And she does have the rose-colored glasses. And the thing
And
is,
I can only hope and pray that Sarah is smart enough to recognize what she did there instead of being naive with them. I hope that she is doing this on purpose and not completely unaware of what she has written. Honestly.
I am really excited for the idea that Farah's frontal lobes might evolve.
Not till she's 26.
I mean,
But technically,
Nesta,
will it ever? Because she was turned when she was 19. I mean, at
that's a
least
good
Nesta was turned when she
point.
was 25 or 24. So,
Well,
That
and Nesta has her own views on Reese, so we can say something about that right there.
mhm. Yeah.
I'm curious though. I'm really curious to see what she's gonna do with Reese as a character because it's funny, she gives that interview that you were just quoting and everything, but then I think I sent you guys like a video the other week of like a compilation
Mm.
of how much she loves
Yeah.
Reese, and she loves him as a character,
Yeah.
as a lot of people do.
Yeah. And this is the problem because a lot of people will see her say, oh, I love Reese, and they will equate that to everything he does is okay in real life. And everyone who doesn't like him and everyone who calls him out is wrong because he never did anything wrong. And that is not what she's saying. You can like a character and have them be a villain.
villains are really fun to write.
Exactly. And I will bring this up till the cows come home. One of the biggest people that she has said she absolutely misses writing is Amarantha. She
Which is
loved
funny to me.
Amarantha.
She might come back.
I thought the
Koshi.
same thing. I was like, oh my god, is Amarantha coming back?
Koshi. He is a Death Lord.
Oh, a death god? Yeah.
Death God, yeah. But yeah, so it's like she has openly said that she loves her villains before. So it's not beyond the realm of possibility that she could love Reese and him still be a villain. They're not mutually exclusive. But
I
the
am
thing that
curious
Go
if
ahead.
she doesn't view him as a villain. Like, I'm curious, how does she truly view him? You know what I mean? I want Sarah's
This
It's
is
hard to
why
tell.
this is why I have an issue with the continuity between her interviews, and I don't know if she does it on, again, it's just another thing that I don't know if she's doing it on purpose to snow the fandom, or if she's honestly just doesn't have a good memory and doesn't remember what she said before, which she has kind of admitted before. Because we do have that interview of her fake gagging when people compare her to Josh. Oh, the fandom thinks that you wrote Reese about Josh. And she was like, no, no. And then she's like, but they have the same birthday. And she's like, yeah, it was a gift to Josh for his birthday. But no, like, Reese is not Josh. And people still perpetuate that fucking belief that isn't true. Just like they do with a shit ton of stuff in the fandom. Between Tamlin having anger issues, between, Reese being perfect, between Cassian not abusing Nesta, between Farah being brilliant when she took down the spring court. Like, all of this shit, it's like, what? I don't understand what people are doing when it comes to this fandom. It's like, if you're going to read for vibes, read for vibes. That is totally fine. But then don't come into the spaces of people that want to theorize and want to analyze and tell them that they're wrong. Because it doesn't make sense. And that's what I have a fucking problem with. Because if you're not going to analyze the books and you're not going to remember all the scenes and you're just going to throw out fanon and what the fucking mob mentality says, you shouldn't be arguing. Because you don't have the tools to argue. You haven't broken it down the way that we have to be able to argue. And I'm not saying that to be a bitch. I'm saying that because logically, there's me and a bunch of the TikTok people have spent so much time purposely going over and over and over scenes to, bring you discourse and different discussion and different ways to see them. And just for people to come on and be like, you're wrong and you're abuse apologist and you're this, throwing out this shit just because they don't like analyzing, they don't like theories, they read for vibes, it's not acceptable. Stay in your own lane. If you don't want to see theories, don't comment. Period. There is a
Work on your
button.
algorithm.
Yeah, there is a button on posts that you can say not interested both on Instagram and on TikTok. You do not have to stop and comment and tear other people down.
Period.
Period. So either get on board and actually try to think of what we are saying from a different perspective, because that's what smart people usually do, or create your algorithm, stay in your bubble. Those are two perfectly good options. You don't have to fuck with people that you don't like or you don't want to listen to. It's crazy. But another thing I brought up was heavy topic. The Sinners and Stardust Ball. I know everyone's been talking about that.
Oh.
But I did a reel about that. And, I basically said the same thing, how life imitates art, and people are somehow so like ingrained with the fact that, this is okay on page, so it must be okay in real life because it changes your brain chemistry after a while. This is kind of like the fight on video games and how video games can change your kids.
Yeah.
Kids, which is pretty true. I know there'll be all those people that are like, it's not true, whatever. But that's not my point. Anyways, I made the point that now I do not know this person personally. There's an author online that I personally don't agree with, don't follow, don't really like, but that has nothing to do with her friend. I don't know her friend. I've never met her friend. I've never spoken to him. But he went to the Sinners and Stardust Ball in cosplay. And Sinners and Stardust Ball is like a dark romance con, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it is. And so there were females there that thought it was okay to corner him. And keep in mind, he's in full body paint cosplay of this dark romance character that he was supposed to be playing. Cornered him and was touching him everywhere. Everywhere. all over his body paint. They put their hands down his pants.
What did they put their hands down his pants?
One of them.
Why would women do?
And then when he finally like got away from them, there was an alert that someone had put like an air tag on him somewhere to like track him. Because again, a lot of the tropes in the dark romance genre is stalking, is non-con. And these people who are reading this content without either with or without developed frontal lobes are taking in so much of this content and having it be justified in the narrative and then going out in real life and thinking it's okay, and it's not.
Oh my God.
So
Is he
posted,
okay?
I haven't heard a follow-up, but I know that people are pressing for charges or for people who saw them to come forward and like say who it was or
Yeah.
who they were. But there was a
I
post that there was a
wish him
post.
all the best because that's scary. If
It's
the
it was
roles were reversed,
exactly
Yep.
fucking disgusting. Essay is essay regardless. But my point in the reel was when we're talking about being okay with it in fiction and not okay with it in real life, and then the lines being blurred there, I made the comparison with because just to drive the point home, I needed to compare it to something. And when I heard or when I saw the post about the body paint, someone had said that, you know, he's a very good cosplayer and he gets very high quality, you know, things. And so his body paint does not rub off. The only thing that can rub it off is body oils. And the author was like, it was smeared all over him at the end of like it was smeared all because from their hands.
Wait, why did they have oil on their hands?
Well, it's just
Sweat.
natural body oil, sweat.
Oh,
Sweat.
oh my
Yeah.
God. I thought
Sweat.
this was
No,
gonna
no,
be
no,
like
no, no, no.
a
No,
PJ
but
situation
that's how
here.
smudged it was. Like that's how much they were touching him.
So the opposite of like gender bent Farrah Reese.
That's what I compared it to. So I said everybody is okay with the scene under the mountain where Reese paints Feyre and the paint is getting smudged because everyone's touching her and he's allowing everyone to touch her because body oils. And his hands are the only ones that won't mar it because he can snap his fingers and fix it. So there's really no proof that Reese never touched her under the mountain because he can fix it. But this is exactly, almost word for word, what happened to this guy at this
Yeah.
dark romance con. He, even though he painted himself, he did not ask to be assaulted. He did not ask to be touched. He did not ask to be stalked.
Oh my
And
God.
the smudged paint that was exact when I read that I was like this is the exact scene. It's like they were bringing to life the under the mountain scene with Feyre when she, you know, thinks of her broken memories and the blue being smudged everywhere and all of this stuff. And it even kind of reminds me of Tamlin with Callan May too, when he comes, because he doesn't like Callan May, right? But he has to perform it technically, and he's possessed, and he doesn't really remember what happens. And, you know, he comes back to the manor, and Feyre's like, there were handprints smudged all over the paint. And it's like, this is what I mean by people reading so much awful, dark content, which again, if you're an adult, that's okay.
Mhm.
But you have to be able to separate.
Discern.
Yeah, what is fiction and what is not. And you also have to be able to discern what is okay and what is not. Just because a narrative in a book justifies it does not inherently make it justified.
Bingo.
Just because a character in a book chooses to forgive somebody that does something that awful to them does not mean somebody in real life will do the same.
No.
And I honestly hope that every single fucking person that put their hands on him gets arrested.
I hope so too.
It's disgusting.
I send him healing vibes. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's really sad.
And it's like it's rampant online. People have no boundaries online. It's an
No.
issue.
Yes.
It's a huge issue. Whether it be, you know, bullying,
Mm-hmm.
online stalking, doxing,
Mm,
anything of the sort. But then there's also, again, the over sexualization of cosplayers constantly. Like even Steven and Maddie and Chloe and like those people, a lot of their comments, or like PB Squamer, all of them, like that little cosplay troupe. Their comments, like some of their comments are super fun, people that are fans of them, but there are a lot of really over the top comments that really go past boundaries. Like a lot of these people have boyfriends, girlfriends, wives, children. It's not okay. Like you can say, "Oh my God, your Asriel is really sexy," or "Oh my God, your Elaine is so beautiful." It's not okay to be like, "Oh, I'd fuck you." Like, stop.
ew.
There's a difference.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of those comments. And actually on Facebook, which clearly, but on Facebook, there's more older women saying this kind of shit to them because they're younger than younger women.
Mm,
And then on
yeah.
Instagram, like you do get the younger women doing the same thing. But yeah, there's a lot of like older women that would be like, "Oh my God, I'd love to have you in my bed," and like all this shit. It's disgusting.
My God.
Okay.
So it's like a I don't even know how to like put it, but I guess you can just say it's like a boundary epidemic because people are so used to having no consequences online that they are now programmed that, oh, no consequences.
Nobody's going to call me out on my bullshit. And if they do, my friends are going to defend me to the death. And
Mhm.
it's so complicated.
Yeah. Which is almost the same situation as, or not the same situation, the opposite situation of, um, kind of like the sexual assault epidemic in like colleges, where, you know,
Mm-hmm.
shockingly, which you would think it would be the opposite, but shockingly, there is a statistic of female friends who will take the side of the assaulter because, oh, well, he's sexy and he's hot and he was nice to you and he did this and he's never been like that with me and all that stuff. And like, it doesn't matter how someone has been before. What matters is the action they took then.
Mhm.
Because you can have a perfectly nice person who, whether they are under the influence, whether they are sober, who makes a very awful choice. It doesn't matter if you were a good person up to that point. Choices have consequences. Um,
Yeah.
and I am going to say this in the vaguest sense possible, but I know somebody personally in my life that was proposed sex by a superior when he was drunk. And, she didn't want to go to the higher ups or anything. And, he came to her a couple days later and he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't really mean it. I was drunk or whatever." Let me tell you, I've known a lot of people in my life who have been drunk who would never cheat, who would never act like that. Being drunk is not an excuse to be a pig, ever, because it
Mhm.
just means that you were thinking about it before you were drunk. Hmm.
Yes, it does. It
Drunk
sure
words are
does.
drunk words are sober thoughts.
I like that.
Mm.
She still hasn't done anything, but she knows now, and so does he, technically, that if anything else happens, she could have his job. So in a way, I suppose it's something, but I'm still kind of upset that she didn't go to HR. And this is how most, cases are. People are too afraid to, stand up against it because again, he's a superior. He has all the higher ups on his side and all of his friends that he's known for years, and she's kind of new. And it's just, it's sick how the system works, honestly. But yeah, those women that did that to that guy deserve jail, and anyone else who is a pervert pretty much deserves jail. I'm not saying, you know, as long as you don't touch them, you don't deserve jail, but you do deserve some sort of consequence.
Yeah, they should experience the consequence for their behavior because he's
Yeah.
obviously upset about it and very uncomfortable. It's not like he welcomed it. So
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah,
that consequence may
they
be.
touched him and they stalked him, jail. Immediately. Immediate jail. There is no I'm sorry. No, oh, I didn't know what I was doing. No, oh, I realized how this could have come off. No. You knew what the fuck you were doing. You're a grown-ass woman. I saw one of them on threads trying to justify themselves already because someone found her. It
How?
was the one that brought, well, because she was filmed when she was there with the dildo that she was flashing people. It was a strap-on, and she was flashing people and grinding on women with it. And she's like, "Want to see something?" And she was like opening her dress to the strap-on and like hiding it under her dress and laughing about it. And they have two videos of her doing it.
What? And what was her justification? Oh my God, I don't understand people. What was her justification for that?
She's like, I realize how my actions could have come off, and it was just supposed to be like a fun little jokey thing. And people went off on her, as they should.
They
She
did.
tried
I
to
was
change
gonna
her
say,
username, and they still found her.
what?
Mhm.
Oh, like, it's not even funny. Like to me, I hear that I'm like, what a stupid thing to do.
Yeah. And then it's like you're assaulting people with it. That's not a joke. You're just a fucking idiot.
I just don't understand why you would think that would be okay.
Yeah.
Like where,
And then
how
on
are
top
you?
of that, apparently she was one of the women that was like touching the guy. I don't know. Apparently. So then she was like, "Oh, I see how it could have come off." That right there, that first fucking sentence right there, don't even go any further. You already said everything you had to say that you're a piece of shit.
She said, I see how it could have come off about the guy situation when they were touching him.
About the whole situation, the dildo thing, and yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. People went wild on her. They tracked her down from username to username. She's, I kind of hope she has consequences. I doubt she will. Because again, I mean, the videos only show her with it. It doesn't really show her assaulting anyone on the
Anyone?
video.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I hope karma fucking bites her in the ass.
Well, let's hope that she discusses or gives up the names of the people who did that to that guy, right?
I doubt it. If she's changing her username and justifying herself,
Oh, she's in big trouble. Hopefully, she's in big trouble.
hopefully. I doubt it, but hopefully. I haven't
Terrible.
seen anything. I haven't seen any updates.
Well, has anyone said that there's going to be consequences or that like they're looking into it or there's an
Well,
investigation?
I know that Sinners and Stardust put out like a announcement where they're not going to allow certain things in the next one and they're going to have better security and shit like that, but and they're like, this isn't okay just because we're a dark romance con. This doesn't justify any of this shit. Like, no means no. The biggest thing in dark romance should be fucking consent. Yeah. But I kind of
Wow.
also feel bad for, I guess, the OGs of dark romance because that genre, again, I don't read it because it's too dark for me, but the genre used to be, exploring, darker kinks, but consensually, right? The dark romance books, the biggest thing in them was the consent. And this new age dark romance genre, there's so much non-con in them and
Mm.
all this dark non-con shit. that people are like, oh, this is sexy and this is fun and this is just a kink. And like, no, that's rape. It is literally just rape, period. Like Zayd Meadows, for example. There are people that justify that scene, and I think you might know what scene I'm talking about. I've heard of it. I haven't read it.
I read it. I read the books.
Uh-huh. Yeah, there's people that say that that isn't essay. It's so disgusting. People are wild.
It's hard. What's so hard is that it becomes such a gray area in the sense of like when you're reading through the story, like the character like kind of wanted it and had been thinking about it.
But see, that's the thing. They say that Feyre did too, but she was manipulated, she was drugged, she was this. If you're under extreme duress and like say for Addie in the book, right? She was being stalked.
Yeah.
She's not really in the headspace to be able to consent, especially to her stalker. That could be a, fight, flight, freeze, fawn response. And so that takes away any consent that she could have given because she was already being manipulated.
It's hard because, I mean, I read the book when I was reading the books. I mean, it's pretty out there. That book is really out there. Like some of the first things that he does is really, really violent.
Yeah.
And he obviously, like you can tell he's really a messed up individual.
Yeah.
So when I read it, it's like, this is so crazy that
Can
it's like,
okay. Sorry. Pause one second because this just popped into my. Can I just say, how can you read these and not Ash's story? Girl,
I have told you
I am upset.
I know. I like went on we have this like little Instagram group or not Instagram. We text. We have our texting group, and I go on my text this morning, and I'm like looking at Eka and Mel's text, and I just see all these these pictures like one after the other, and I'm like scrolling through it, and I'm like, oh, this is the demon series that they're reading. And I laugh at myself.
I'm gonna wear you down.
I'm not reading it. You won't read Dark Romance.
Okay, but the fact that you won't read Cinnamon Roll Demons, but you will read a rapist is wild to me.
I'm staying out of this.
Eka's face.
Nobody
tisk, Olivia. No, that is unacceptable.
I'm just not into it. I'm not a demon romance person. That's not like my thing.
Oh my god. It is the same thing as fucking aliens.
They're completely
they're not.
different. Ice Planet Barbarians. Okay, we need to do this in like a poll on something. Is Ice Planet Barbarians different from a demon series? And my answer is yes. Aliens are different.
The only way that they're different is that they are more removed from humanity. That's it.
Yes, exactly.
That's
demons are like, they're so real and like very, I'm not going to get into it.
They have gray skin and tails. Like, they're not.
They're aliens. It's completely different. We're doing a post. We're going to do a poll about it. Yes, because you know what the answer is going to be.
Okay, if I win the poll.
Wait a minute. I have a question to ask. I have a question to ask. Okay, I got a question. We all like the face smut, right? So have y'all heard of Carden and Jude, the Wicked King? So there's tales, there's fae,
I don't like them.
There's demonic ones, so I'm curious about that. What you guys think about that? Because
right? Literally, the demons and the fae are the same too.
No, they're not. Okay, wait. How is Carden a demon? Because I read that series.
No, he's a primal fae. He has a tail and he fucking tries to kill people.
Yeah, but he's a fae, different than a demon.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. Fae are like their own.
Yes, but okay.
No.
Okay. It's like
No.
saying an American and a Canadian are completely different. They're both human. Yes, they have different backgrounds, and technically they're different ethnicities, but that doesn't mean they're not similar.
They're
They're
different
similar.
nationalities.
Yeah, just like the Fae and demons are different species, but they're very similar. Extremely similar. Hell, Reese is a fucking demon.
We
You
don't
like
know
Reese?
that.
We do
don't
know that.
for a fact.
He's a demon. If he is a Valg demon and you say you like Reese, you're done.
What about Adis? He's a prince of hell. You love Adis.
Oh, what about the Princess of Hell?
I do love Adis, but we're not going into Adis.
But he's a demon.
No.
He's
No,
a
we're
demon.
we're not like this. No.
Demon. He's a demon.
So
It's
is
completely
Alex.
different when you like mention Adis, like, oh, Adis, Prince of Hell, blah blah, but you don't like go into like the deep, dark, demonic folklore that like this writer goes into. She's like, it's based off of these demons in real life, like completely different.
That is not said in the Hellbent series either.
It's said in her inspiration for the book.
So
it's based off of real life, whereas like Adis, like I'm like, it's Adis. He's not based off real life.
Okay, contrary to popular belief, the only demons in real life are people who sexually assault. So
we've come full circle.
I made a wreath. No, but for real, like demons aren't real. Though aliens aren't real, Fae aren't real. They are all the same thing, fiction. Adis is a demon. Apollyon, who swallowed people, was a demon.
I love that Apollyon swallowed people. It just cracks me up. I haven't gotten to that part
Literally,
yet. So
his face opens to a black hole, and you're like, I like humans.
I didn't know that. Well, I hadn't read that part yet, so I'm not quite there.
Oh my god! If I win the poll, if I win the poll, at least read like the prequel novella.
Reading it?
No, the prequel. The prequel. It doesn't have like really any of the lore or anything in it. It's just like a section of like the romance. It's a few chapters. It's like 3 chapters.
I don't know. I would have to think about it.
Let's
just see what the poll says first and foremost. And then we'll discuss stakes maybe at the end of it once we get the results back.
Actually, I convinced Liliana to read I think she was starting book 1 today, but she read the prequel last night because again, it's like 3 chapters, and she's like, "Oh my god, I love this!" I was like, "Thank you." It's cute though. It's like cute. Like Adis. They're like Adis. That's why I love it so much. I fucking love Adis. Eligos is like Adis.
Oh my god.
I'll convince you one of these days.
I am not reading that series. But I do want to call out.
If you end up reading that series, I will read your thriller series that you want me to read.
Oh, it's a good series too. No, I'm not reading the series at all. But can we just talk about this series right here?
You bring that up so much. I have that. I do. Did you read it yet?
Good. Yeah, I'm like in the second book. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. Sylvia Mercedes, if you ever see this, I love you. So
I love
just
you.
so you know.
Me and Eka, I'm going to convince to interview Aurora because I need to interview her because I love her so much.
You guys should interview her. That would be perfect.
And you should watch it. And I will say, is this a safe series for my friend to read? And she'll say yes.
You should say, do you base your series off real life folklore? And then
folklore is not real life. Mythology is not real life.
Off folklore in the real world.
In the real world.
We're gonna need to
Yes, Mephistopheles exists in the real world.
stop saying there. Oh my gosh. Swear to God, I'm gonna slap you through the phone.
They're not in the freaking Bible. They're not. They're not.
I will go back and I'll read what she said about the series. We will see. We need to find a good series that we all
they're in
agree.
Faustian lore, which is different.
What does that mean? Like, what is Faustian lore? Where
Like
is that
Faustian
from?
deals, like, oh, your soul for this, da 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 da. Like The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Have you read that?
No, I haven't read it. I've heard that the ending of that is like so traumatic.
So sad. Traumatic. Yeah.
Dramatic.
She makes a Faustian deal, and that's why like nobody remembers her and all this stuff because she wanted to escape marrying. She didn't want to get married. She makes a Faustian deal with a demon, and then basically she is immortal, and anybody she ever meets immediately forgets about her.
Oh my gosh.
And then she meets like one guy that remembers her. And they're not together at the end. The demon takes her, basically.
Thank God.
He's like, no, you're mine. That's what I've heard. I haven't gotten to the end yet. I'm gonna be so mad.
Aga's face.
Like, yeah, it gave me heavy like I don't know, Phelan to Phazan vibes, I guess, because they're like, oh, they're happy and he actually remembers her. No, you're the demons.
Every time Phelan gets brought up, just kills me. Guts me. I want like a Phelan story. Okay, here's the book that we all need to look out real quick for. Is a Phelan happily ever after. And I have yet to find it.
There's a bunch on
Really?
AO3.
Okay. Really? A Phelan?
Yeah. Probably from pre like Akamath, but yeah.
Oh my gosh. Stop.
I bet there's some Phelan fans that are still writing them.
I'm like, are there any Phelan fans out there? I don't know.
Well, there's one, but she is not on my list of good people.
Yeah, I can't be a Phelan fan anymore because I truly feel Tamlin deserves better. But you know, that's
I mean, most of the Phelan fans like DNF'd after book 1, so it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes total sense. I actually, my sister was a Phelan fan and she DNF'd after book 1 or she was halfway through book 2 and she was like, I see where this is going and I'm not going to read it. And I
thought your sister liked Reese, no?
No.
Yes! We got her on our side.
I had two. My sister's a Phelan fan. She likes Tamlin. Yeah. Can you tell? Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. But like, I can't get her to read ACOTAR. I'm like, please just read it. And she's like, I'm not going to read it.
No. You have to read it to read Crescent City.
I know. And Throne of Glass, I was like, I feel like Throne of Glass would be her speed because I hear it's not.
It's more action than romance. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Which we have to get back to after this book. I'm down to in our book club book.
Yes.
I'm down to get back to Throne of Glass.
Yes. Yeah. I've finished our book club book all on my trip. I went through it, like I was entranced. But then it ended, and then I realized that it was a trilogy, and I read book 2.
Okay, so wait, did we read book 1? I don't think we did we?
No.
Did you?
But it's recapped in book 2, so I feel like I don't really need to go.
Oh, okay.
Like everything's recapped
because it can be a standalone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Although it kind of reminds me more of how Sarah says that like Akasif can be a standalone. Like it really kind of can't, but it can at the same time. Because Sarah has said, oh, Akasif could be a standalone. Like the spinoffs could be standalones. I'm like, I don't think that's true after Crescent City, but
Yeah.
you know. But I didn't know this when we went into it. So like the book ended and I was furious. I wrote the longest review I've ever written in my life. I think I showed you guys. I was like, wait, these are all the threads that were not closed up. And I need to see them in book 3. But okay, my issue is I don't know if we're gonna see them in book 3 because book 3 is about another sister. I mean, it's gonna be the war. The final boss war. But are the threads with the previous couple going to be tied up in the sisters book? I don't know that they will. It's giving me Sarah whiplash. Like, it's driving me crazy. I'm like, are we going to get more of Gwen and Blake in Addison's book? And Addison's book is already giving me stress just from the summary because it's a love triangle.
Oof.
Ah, love triangles drive me crazy. I was like, no. Because there's the people that she's investigating. And like her coworker is like a love interest. And I was like, oh, okay. And then it's like when she investigates, she also then falls in love with like a merman because they realize that mermen do exist somewhere. And I was like, who is she gonna choose? Because Addison is very, very proud of her mermaid heritage. Whereas Gwen really wasn't, and she didn't really want to be a mermaid. She wanted to be more normal. But Addison is very into it. But I'm like, I am going to make a prediction before I read this book. And it's sad, but I predict that she will end up with the merman because Gwen and Tessa ended up with humans.
Oh.
And when I was reading Gwen and Blake's book, I was like, oh, Gwen, because I didn't know it was a trilogy at the time, so I thought all the threads were going to be tied up. I was like, oh, Gwen has to be like the new sea queen or whatever. Because like it was pretty obvious that like Tessa was supposed to be, but then Tessa like married a human and then she wasn't. And there's like this other evil queen, like Amarantha-esque that I was telling you. It's like a very sea-based under the mountain thing, which is kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's like this very Amarantha type person. And I was like, oh, so Gwen will be then. And then it's like, nope, there's a third book. I was like, fuck. So I'm like, Addison and the Merman, are they going to do a whole everyone is equal type sea kingdom at the end?
I don't know.
Kind of like Bryce taking away everybody's titles at the end.
Bryce. Bryce.
Triggered.
So hashtag triggered, yeah.
Yeah. But getting a little bit away from book club talk right now because that's a different episode. I have to wait so we have to do me and Eka have to do Ash's book still. And actually Lily's gonna read it, so she said that she will also host with us when we do it sometime in September if you're available sometime like early September. Because she's going away, I think, end of September or mid-September. So that, and then we have to do the Feral Romance one, and we have to do the Siren Surrender one. So excited. But we have a lot of book club stuff coming up. I'm excited.
If our listeners don't know, we have a book club on Fable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Literally under the Akafaf podcast book club. Everyone should join it.
Link is on our
amazing.
Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
All you have to do is go to clubs on the bottom of the screen, search A Court of Fairies and Fiction, and we will pop up.
Yay! Yay! And what's our next book that we're planning on reading? I forgot which one it is.
Our next book is your choice.
I thought so.
And let me pull it up because I don't want to get the title wrong. Bargains with Benefits by Gillian Witt.
Yay!
Yay! Very Faye-esque. So that's what we have for September. For October, we have Spells, Strings, and Forgotten Things by Brianne Randall. November, we have The Familiar by Lee Bardugo. And December, we have Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey.
Yay!
Now,
I love our book lineup.
Huh?
I said I love our book lineup. I'm
I
so
do
excited
too.
for all of them.
Me too. Now, I have a friend who is a beta reader that I brought up on here before named Kathy. She's older, but she is so in love with like, romantasy and, she's a really nice beta reader and a really good friend. And she is helping out an author to promote her new book. And she bought me the ebook so I can read it in February when it comes out. So I was wondering if maybe that should be our February book club book.
Yes. Oh
I
my gosh.
because I was like, she's been trying to get published, I guess, really, really hard, and she hasn't yet. So she just decided, all right, I'm going to indie publish for now and see how it does. And Kathy's been helping her trying to promote it. And she's like, you guys should really read this book. It would really help her out and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, I'll ask the girls, see if maybe it could be like our February or March read, because I think that would be pretty cool. I'm going to see if I can find it.
I love that when you're like looking through it and you're like, oh, all the things I did send.
All the things. All the things. She sends me a shit ton of Fourth Wing stuff, and I send her a shit ton of Crescent City stuff, and it's really funny.
We still have to, we were torn about Fourth Wing, so that I was gonna say that could be on our book club. What about, did you guys see, oh my gosh, what's it called? Kingfisher. What's it?
Oh,
what's the name of that?
Look what just came yesterday.
Thank you.
Quicksilver.
Look what just came.
Beautiful.
The silver edges. Shiny silver edges.
Where did you get that from?
Barnes and Noble.
Art. Can you send me a picture of that art? It's a little blurry. Okay.
Yeah. And this is Kingfisher.
Oh my God, I love him. I love Kingfisher. I love him. Did you listen to the audiobook?
No, because I'm not going to say why, but you know why.
Don't say it. Yeah, don't do it. Eka, did you read Quicksilver?
Oh, I've been curious about it.
You should. I feel like you would really like it. Read it. Read it. Are you going to read it, Melanie, the book?
Yes, it's a little bit far down in my TBR at the moment.
Is it? I
had an original TBR lineup, and then the more I read of specific series, I want to jump into the next book of the series. So then I take
AKA the Hellbent series. Yeah.
And Addison's book. That too. And I'm waiting for number 3 in the Faithling series too.
It's funny because I know I love the Faithling. Oh,
love it.
Love it. Eka, did you finish My Feral Romance yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. I know you were having some thoughts about Monty, and I won't spoil it because I know we're gonna do our own episode about it, but I'm curious to see what you think about towards the end.
I will push through it. I'm not gonna give up on it. I am gonna push through it. It's just I need to pace myself.
Yeah.
Understood.
the chair.
Because I love Daphne.
Daphne is such a good, talk about a good female character. And I feel like she's really different than a lot of female characters. I love her.
I love her. Yeah.
Love Daphne.
I've loved her since the first book that we read.
Yeah. Yeah, she's amazing. She's such a good character.
I agree.
Aha, here it is. Bobby, I'm going to totally botch this. Bobby Workma. Elemental Awakening. The indie release is February 9th. And the I'm going to send you guys on our try chat on Instagram. I'm gonna send you the trailer video that one of her friends helped commission.
By the
It
way,
looks really good. There's
I
dragons in it.
I feel like this needs to be said, but congratulations on the book release.
Yes, congratulations, Bobby. I can't wait to I actually kind of can't wait to read it because um she was an ARC reader for the book, and that's why she's like, you need to read it. I'm buying you the ebook. It's so good. So I was like, all right, well, we'll have to make it one of our book club reads. Like February or
Yes.
March. Or it comes out in February, so maybe March.
Let's do it. I'm so in.
Hold on, I'm gonna write this.
If we do it in March,
Uh-huh.
then February is my birthday month. Can I pick the February?
Yeah. Yes.
Of course.
I mean, it's your choice anyway, because because you have November, she has December, I have January, you have February.
Yep.
Oh, that's
And
perfect.
It's perfect.
I have to say, I feel like everyone's had really, really good picks for our book club books.
I
Like
know.
there isn't one book where I'm like, oh, it was a dud. Like
Yeah.
every book has been so good.
I mean, you didn't read my book.
Oh,
So
it's a sore topic. We won't bring it up.
but also I mean, I don't mind. I love the book series anyway. I'm gonna interview Aurora, hopefully, and I'm gonna read the whole thing. And Liliana said she will sub in for you because she's gonna read the series. But does that mean I don't have to read The Familiar? Because I tried the first couple, like I read the summary and it was really not my style. And then I read the first couple pages and I was like, I don't know if I can do this.
I mean, that's fair because I couldn't get into Fourth Wing.
Yeah.
I really tried because
Yeah.
I think the author is very nice. I like her. It's just
Yeah.
I can't get into the book. It has nothing to do with her.
Yeah.
It's a me thing.
Yeah. So I mean, I think this is fine because it's like me and you read Hellbent, we can have a sub co-host. You know, if me and Olivia read Fourth Wing, we can have a sub host, etc., etc. You guys can find someone to do The Familiar with you if you want.
I'll still read it.
You're gonna have to. Okay, the thing about that though is you're gonna have to record the episode because I won't be there. And
Well, what if you? That's true.
yeah. I mean, I could be there. I could listen to what you guys talk about.
Yeah, we could do it that way too. If you don't, we could do it that way.
Yeah,
I'm down.
I mean, same goes for you guys. Like, you can still be there for books you didn't read if you don't want to.
Absolutely.
You can be there when me and Eka film for Hellbent if you want.
Maybe. Oh, maybe. Look, if it's any other series, I'm like usually pretty good about it. I've read all of your guys' suggestions, and this will tell me.
I'm just like, this is literally it rose to like my #1 series.
Really? Even more than Blood and Ash?
Yeah. More than Blood and Ash, more than What Lies Beyond the Veil, more than Kingdom of the Wicked, actually, too.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
that's
you love Kingdom of the Wicked.
It has very similar vibes, though, so it makes sense. But I think it's so hard because I love them both so much. I think maybe Hellbent wins by a fraction of a point, only because I think it's fucking hilarious that they're just cinnamon rolls that are like, we just want to like fit in. Like Belial reminds me so much of Tamlin. I mean, granted, Belial has actual anger issues, and like when he blows his top, his hair grows out, and it's very long and blonde. So
he goes Super Saiyan.
Yeah, but he's like, I just want to be a chef.
Oh my God.
He's like in the kitchen cooking for them all the time, and he gets so offended if they don't like what he eats. He's like, you're sitting and eating, and they're like, okay. You're eating your breakfast. It's so funny. And then like Ash is just like, a really shy, like, Rune Danon. And then Mist is just okay, Mist probably reminds me the most of an alien because he was the most removed from humanity. So just the way that he talks is so to the point and so mechanical that it's hilarious. He just has, there's no nuance in his speech at all. He says exactly what he means.
Oh my gosh.
Like if he doesn't like you, he'll be like, "No, I do not like you." And like he won't say contractions either, so he'll be like, "I will not. I do not." I like it's so funny. And then Meth is, oh my God, Meth is like he kind of reminds me of, so he looks like Rune. He is very tattooed and very pierced, but he kind of reminds me of Therian with the jokes. Like he is the hyper bouncy extroverted one that just touches everything and has to be involved in everything. Um so I love that for him. And actually I found out, which I told you on the text thread, Eka, his like demon form is literally just like a cute ass Grim Reaper. He just looks like a Grim Reaper.
My favorite is Rom.
Oh, Rom's story is gonna be interesting. He is like Olivia, he's like an Azrael. He's very quiet, very stoic, but he has some banger lines, and we don't know like anything about him or his
No,
life.
we know one thing about him, and that is that cats really like him.
Yes. Cats are obsessed with him for some reason. He's just sitting on the sofa and the cat comes up and he's just like this, like petting the cat. Okay, and his person's name is Sunshine and she's a freaking angel. I'm so excited to see how that plays out. She's a Nephilim that Dan knows. Fucking Dan. Fucking Dan.
I don't like Dan.
Like Dan. I know he's Eva's dad, but like fucking Dan. Where is Eva's mom? Because I was upset that Dan came into play in Mist's book and like her mom didn't come back. I was like, her mom is cooler than Dan. But I know that Dan is the fallen angel. But yeah, he's like, "Oh, let me reach out to my contact Sunshine." And they're like, "Her name is Sunshine." And then he's like, "No, her actual name is whatever the freaking long mythical name is." And he's like, "But Sunshine's easier." I'm like, "Okay, Daniel."
Oh my gosh.
I want to know what Dan's or actually, I think they said it, but I don't really pay attention because I don't really like Dan. I forget what Dan's heaven name was. I gotta look it up. Hold on. Because I think it was funny, and then I like didn't remember because I don't really like Dan. I hope they have wikis. Oh, they don't have wikis yet? Wait, hold on. They have to. If I knew how to create a wiki page, I would create wiki pages. They don't have wiki pages. They need to have wiki pages.
You should learn how to make one. That would be fun.
I know. There's so
I
many
don't think it's
series
that
that I
hard.
love that need wiki pages.
Because I think I've done it before, actually. I didn't create a wiki page, but I went and like altered the Wikipedia an actual page, so
Hold on.
Arr.
There was one question that I want to ask you guys real quick. Because, of course, when I was going through my quotes and shit that I have screenshotted, and I also saw somebody say this on TikTok the other day, which made me remember it again. But do you remember when I believe it's Cassian? I'm almost positive it's Cassian. When Cassian's talking about the blood right, there's only been 6 blood right winners. And that, 3 of them are him, Az, and Reese. And then he says that 2 of them, oh, he's talking about Tenesta, sorry. This is after Aka War. And then he says 2 of them died in the Highburn War. Who the fuck is the survivor? Who's the other male Corinthian? Is he going to come into play?
Is he a Nesta? Or is he an Emery?
I was like, so my thought was either it's a completely like new character that we've never seen yet. Or he could be Balthazar's father. And that's why Balthazar was like nice and he was in the blood right and everything and helped them out. And that's how, he knew about what was going on in the inner circle, because you would think Corinthians would keep up with Corinthians, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it Azrael's father? Because he's also a camp lord and he's the only camp lord that is mentioned other than Devlon. And I don't think it's Devlon, because if it was, he would have been bragging and mentioned that he's at the same rank as them and he's not.
Is Azrael's dad still alive?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and his brothers and his evil stepmother and his mom. His entire fucking family is alive.
You know she's gonna like dig into that, I'm sure, when his book comes up.
I know, and I can't wait. Okay, what did he do to his brothers that terrified Reese? Like when he was like, Azrael sometimes dips into that frozen precipice, and what he did to his brothers, Reese doesn't know if he'll ever be able to get it out of his head. Not that they didn't deserve it. Reese has done horrific shit. What did Azrael do to jar Reese this much? Because
Did he crucify him?
but they're alive. They're still alive. They survived it. So like
Set them on fire. Maybe he set their whole bodies on fire.
I don't know. Does Reese know that Azrael is a spawn of hell? Did he somehow turn into his hell form to terrorize his brothers? That's what you wanted, bitch, right? That's why you put fire on me, bitch. Dragonfire kills the Prince of Hell.
Yeah?
There's that too.
Yes, there is. That was a very interesting line that she added in there as well. Lots of foreshadowing with that.
Yeah. So I'm just like, do you think it goes on our Will Sarah Forget bingo board? But do you think she'll bring this person back into the fold? Or do you think she just forgot?
I mean, there's a chance.
I would love, like, I don't know. I think it would be really nice if the Valkyries, if like both Balthazar, who isn't a Corinthian, but he's an Aristian, hopefully. I would cry if he died because I loved him so fucking much. But I would love for Balthazar and for this other Corinthian male to stand up for them if they decided they wanted the tattoos of the winners or the siphons of the winners, especially Emery. I would love for them to stand up for Emery to get what she is due because she won the blood right. And I do think it's going to be a push and pull because of the witch thing, which again, I still think the siphons could pull out witch power in the females. So I'm kind of excited for Emery's story in that regard. I know not a lot of people talk about her and her arc, but it's going to be, I think Sarah purposely kind of left hers more vague because it's going to be so explosive. And it's going to tie into, Dusk and Nesta and Azrael and like all this stuff. Because everyone's like, I think it's disgusting if she has Gwen and Azrael be a part of the Illyrian storyline because Gwen isn't an Illyrian and Azrael doesn't even like them and all this stuff. And they're saying Gwen's not going to be a part of the Illyrian storyline. I'm like, no, all three of them are. Yeah. But there's going to be a focus on Azrael and Emery. Not as a couple, but in terms of their Illyrian heritage.
You mean Gwen? Oh, never mind.
No, Illyrian.
Okay.
Yeah. Not in terms of a couple, but in terms of their Illyrian heritage, because they are two of probably many, but they are two people that have been, degraded and defiled by their culture the most. So to see them kind of rise and realize, kind of like Reese with the Court of Nightmares or more with the Court of Nightmares, I want them to be like, okay, we were raised like this, but we don't have to be like this. We found our way out. But there are people here that are decent and think like us, and not all of them are awful. And I think maybe, just maybe, I do not ship Mor and Emery, as you know, but maybe that would spur Mor into being like, wow, maybe Hewn City is like this too. Because I do think I do want, which I have mentioned, but I do want a Hewn City female. I mean, it could be a male, but I do want a Hewn City person to kind of become a part of Nesta's little Valkyrie circle. Or even if we have another trio that is just sometimes friends with the Valkyries, like that trio could be the surviving Corinthian Balthazar and a Hewn City female. I think that would be cool, like a co-ed trio. That would be kind of fun. And then like they have their unit, and then the Valkyries have their unit, but they work together. I think that would be so cool.
That would be cool.
There's so much I want to write in my fanfic, which I need to update today, actually. Or at least one of them. I have so many to update. I haven't written, well, I wrote a little bit of my book when I was on the cruise, but like a couple paragraphs, but I have not updated my fics in like a couple months or more. I've been so in the zone of my book.
I know the feeling.
And I'm
Are
like,
you guys both like close to the end of your books?
No.
No.
I'm about 15 to 20%, I think.
Nice.
I have a new beta reader who's a guy, which I thought was
Ooh.
interesting. He just finished chapters 2 and 3, so he sends me by email a whole, like all of his thoughts. And
That's amazing.
they're in categories, like what I really loved, what could improve. And then it's like pacing, prose, this, that. And I was like, I love this. I love it. So I love the way he does it so much. He just sent me 2 and 3. I'm gonna have to send you screenshots because it's amazing the way that he does it.
That's wonderful, Melanie. I love that. What a cool guy.
I know. So like while I'm like, oh my God, I really, really have to update my fanfics, I'm like, but I'm like 20% away.
Do you finish the book or work on the book? Work on the book.
I always
right?
stop. Like I always stop before a major scene because I have major imposter syndrome. And I'm like, oh, I can't do justice to the scene that's in my head. And I like stop. And I'm like, I know I eventually have to fucking write it. Like it can't just simmer in my head. I have to fucking write it. But then it's like I sit down and I was like, I don't know where to start writing it.
You got this.
All the political stuff is coming out. The dangerous part is coming out. All Hallows Eve is the next scene. Okay, I love Vix, but he is extremely morally gray. For now. And it's mostly because he grew up with a father that was like Tamlin's father, but he's still alive. So I guess it's kind of more like Eris and Baron, technically.
Yeah.
And Debbie was like, he reminds me of like Baron and Eris. I was like, yeah, that was the point. Except, he's kind of going along with his father's awful plans, and he's a little more gray than Eris, but he's going to make a big mistake. He's going to make a big mistake, or almost make a big mistake, and he's going to be stopped. And then Vix and Kat are actually going to get into a big fight, which I'm excited about because Kat's just become such a best friend to Rise. And he's a few years older, so like he's kind of become like this person who's taken on the role of like, oh, I know how you are, I know how you struggle, so now I can protect you. Not only as a guard, but as your guard. And it's such a cool bromance. No, I won't say bromance, but they're very much like brothers. And it's fun to write their friendship. I love their friendship so much.
Aww.
Should I work on that today?
I'm going to be working on chapter 9 today.
That's exciting. Oh
Olivia,
my gosh.
where are you? You need to start your book.
I know. I find my kids went to school today for the first both of them, and so I'm like, free time. I'm gonna write.
Yes, I'm excited.
So I'm excited, but
I can't show it. Okay.
Let's see. Ooh.
Ooh.
You did it.
I'm patching up my bed sheets because the cats, bless their hearts.
Your cats are Adis, just fucking with you.
Naughty little cats.
It's your familiar fucking with you.
Yeah, I think it's Billy. Billy is my familiar, I want to say, because she's like my little shadow, and it's so weird. She mimics everything I do.
Yep.
Aww. That is creepy, though.
Yeah.
She could be a familiar.
I love that episode of Charmed when Kit comes back as like a human woman because she got promoted. She's like, you no longer needed a familiar, and I fulfilled my da-da-da. And then she takes care of the other familiars in the area. It's so funny.
Oh.
And Piper's like, what was with the scratching at my bedpost all the time? And she's like, I had to sharpen my nails. And she's like, yeah, see, that's weird. It summoned my aunt.
She loves it. I love it. I'll talk to you girls later.
Bye.